Hey everybody, welcome to another adventure. Today we are at PA State Gamelands 121, not real far from Lake Raystown. Today we're just going to search around this state gamelands. I was here before and we found an old railroad tunnel right up here at this curve, but it was a little sketchy whether that was on the gamelands or not on the gamelands. So I'm going to poke around and see if we can find any old railroad tracks or anything on this state gamelands. I'll show you on the map what we're looking at. But this looks inviting back here. But we're not heading that way. We are heading across the street past that gate there. I'll show you on the map. So here is the Purple Lizard Raystown map. Just shortly before you get to Raystown on 994, right down here is State Gamelands 121. And it doesn't show it here, but if you bring up the State Gamelands map or Google Earth, it'll show you the tunnel here, and it shows you another tunnel out here. That looks like it's off of State Gamelands, so we probably won't get there. When we're all done today, if we don't get anywhere near there, we may take a drive down this road and see if there's any way to get to it, but I'm pretty sure it's private and closed off. But I'm thinking at least out through here, maybe there's some old tracks. These tracks show they were on. Now maybe they're not there anymore. So I'm thinking if we hike out this road straight across from us and cut over, we may find this here and come back on that. Who knows? We're just going to explore State Gameland 121 a little bit. Come along. And here we go. Like I said, the parking lot is over there. You can go out that way or across the street out this way. But there's the SGL 121 gate. Kind of dark and spooky out today. I hope it comes across clear on the camera here, because it's pretty dark out. Beautiful woods right there, but not much sign of anything out through here. And already, always an airplane. Anyway, I'm amazed at how I can see through the woods here a lot. It's pretty clear, and it looks like we're coming upon an opening already up here. Very neat hike, no matter what we find. So yeah, here's that where it opens up. Look at that. It's pretty wild. Wow. Some beautiful purple flowers in there. I hate to get soaking wet trying to get to them. They look very pretty. Let's see if we can sneak in here a little. Look at that. Look at them flowers. Wow. Very pretty. Very pretty. A couple other beautiful flowers. Wow. And the smell. Wow, it has that fall smell in the air already. That smells like fall, and it's only the middle of August right now. Middle to end of August. There's that open area with a beautiful view of the mountain in the background. Look at that. Yep, some of my favorite trails are just picking a spot on the map, a state game land, a trail. Just pick a spot on the map and go. Always amazes me. There's beauty everywhere. So I don't know much about the history of this area. I do know East Broadtop Railroad ran their trains down through that way. This definitely looks like it was either a made travel path, road, railroad. Reminds me of an old railroad bed because we're pushed up here on a hill. I don't know if you can see, but we're on a hill. If you look over here, see how this is kind of man-made, humped up here. And down there is an old dump if anybody likes to dig through dumps. Right down there is a lot of garbage, but this definitely looks like it was made. Maybe this was an old rail bed at one time. I do know, according to the state game land map, there's some rails, and I showed you on the lizard map where I drew in railroads around here. So, but very interesting spot. If anybody knows a lot about the history and where I'm at, give me a shout. Let me know what's going on here. But fun to explore nonetheless. Don't hunt anymore, but I bet this would be a good area to hunt. Watch the deer run through there. Pretty open field up here on the top of the mountain. Very neat though, very, very neat. Looks like we're coming up on a power line already. And I did, when I was researching, looked like I could follow the power line down that way and maybe find the old rail bed, but we may do that. We may do that. I don't know if I want to go through all them weeds and wet, but maybe. Not sure. This is very neat though, but I think I'm going to keep following this road out till it tells me private, can't go anymore or whatever, because this should eventually go out to where that other big tunnel is. Pretty cool spot here. Look at that. Pretty neat there. And out that way. Wow. Wow. Maybe out there you'd have a view of other mountains. Very cool. Well, we're going to go this way till they tell us no, we can't go anymore, or until I get tired. It's funny, you saw where I parked there, it was all mountains and stuff. Yeah, I did not expect this type of terrain, but I like it. Very different. Very neat. You can see away. Surprised we haven't seen any wildlife yet. Maybe if I shut up long enough we'll see some, but there's remnants of wildlife. Yeah, so we know there's wildlife here. Oh, looks like we're coming up on a house back here. What is up with that? The gate's locked. There must be another way in to this house. Pretty crazy. You should be seeing it right. Look, here's a gate. Here's a gate. Well, I see a house. Look at that. What? Whoa. That's pretty weird. Trail. What? There's a trail. It looks like a house. I don't quite get this. What a... somebody's house. So because there's cars there and everything like that, and that gate was there, even though it's not marked, I would say that is the end. That's the end of state gamelands. I'm not going any further. Big beautiful house there, and there's cars there. Look. We will turn around at this point and maybe head down that power line like I said. What would you do in this situation? Should I keep going on the road? But I know if it was my property, I wouldn't want people walking right through my property, and it has to be someone's property. I brought up the map on the phone, and right there, I believe right here at this gate is where the state gameland ends. There should be a sign here or something. But you see the gate. I don't know how they get in here. Must be a driveway somewhere else. Maybe that's the sign. Let's head back to the power line. So we are back at the power line. I'm gonna look for a spot. I'm gonna look for a spot down this way to maybe travel down the power line and maybe find that old rail bed. But I'll bring out my map here and show you what just happened and what we're looking at. So here's our map. And like I said, I drew on. Here's where an old railroad was, and here's where an old railroad was. And what we just did, we just parked here and walked straight out here till we came to the end. And there's a house right in here. They must have a lane in from over here somewhere. But it doesn't show our power line here. There's a power line running right across here. So we're going to take that power line down, maybe run into this old railroad. Or maybe run into nothing and turn around and come back. But let's see what happens. So here we go off the nice dry road into the wet weeds. So, oh well. Yep, a little wet. Hopefully it doesn't get too high. Ooh, yeah, as I say that, I step in a hole. A little bit of a trail. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm wet already. Very interesting old power line. What will we find? Nothing but wet pants. That's what we'll find. Beautiful moss and the views that I have. Wow, maybe we'll come out to a nice view. So wow. I know it's a power line, but Wow, what a view. Maybe I'll inch my way down here a little more to give you an even better view. Because see a road down there? Let me see if I can find you a better spot. Wow. There's another look out across there, but boy, right here, it really drops off. We may get down close to that tower, I'm not sure. Pretty neat. I'm right here at this tower before it goes whew, straight down. Pretty decent view. But I don't know where. Oh! I don't know where a railroad would have come across here. I'm trying to see down there. Wow. Unless that shelf there was it. Nah, I don't think so. So I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. Maybe way down there. Looks pretty level there before the road. I guess that's where it would have been. So I don't think we're finding where the railroad came through this state game land. That probably down there somewhere, because then they had a tunnel, so it has to be down there because they had a tunnel went through the knob. But we may drive down that. We're going to drive down that separate road and look for that tunnel. So stick around. But this was worth the trip out to here. Beautiful. Not the best of days for viewing it, but wow, look at that. Hill after hill after hill after hill after hill. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Very enjoyable little hike back here. It's pretty cloudy, but we'll zoom out across here a little bit. Look at that. See the road down there, and then the next cut, and then the next cut, the next cut. Look at that. As far as you can see this power line going. Yep. Pretty wild. So we're going to somehow make our way back to where we came from, and then make it back out to the road that goes back to the vehicle. Now we'll see what for energy we have when we get back to the vehicle. If we have plenty of energy, do you want me to explore down that other road that was right in the parking lot? You want me to check that out? Well, we'll see if we have energy. If we have energy, we'll check that. Some pretty flowers up here also. Pretty crazy little find here on the way back. Check this out. Ooh, hard to tell who all's living in there. A pretty neat little find. Yeah. Pretty neat. Oh, we're trying to make our way back out to our road. So yeah, we made her back out to our road here. Right out here is our road. So we're gonna head back to the vehicle, maybe take that other road out the other way just a little bit. And wow, I have enjoyed this. I have enjoyed this terrain back here, whatever you want to call it. It's been a lot different than I expected. Not a lot of mountains, a lot of open shrubbery type plains feel almost. Very neat, but let's get back to the car and maybe head out the other way a little. Oh yeah, and pretty much called that one. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, look at the shoes. A little wet. How dry I am, how wet I'll be if I don't find the bathroom key. At least that's how I remember that. We might have twisted the words around a little. I'm not sure. But do anybody remember that? But I'll see you back at the car. So just like that, we made it back to the vehicle. Let's see what's beyond that gate. I don't know how far we'll go, but I am curious. Are you? Let's go. Big, scary, broken tree right at the beginning here. Look at that. But that's been broke for a while now, you can see. But let's see what's out this way. Lots more of those pretty thistles. Yeah. Very pretty. There's a bee in the cold and wet. Don't know if he ain't alive by much. If he's even alive. Well, the bad news is it's very wet. The good news is I'm already wet. But let's see what's out this way. Little view right there. Wow. Wow. Deer. The deer just scared me. But anyway, I was just getting ready to say, this is the opposite of the other side. The other side was open and bright and shrubby. This side is deep, dark forest. And lots of choices here. I don't know which way we'll go. We go that way or that way. Something's pulling me to the left. So let's go to the left. So if I wasn't wet before, I definitely am now. Oh, look at that. But I'm sure you don't want to hear me bawl about wet legs and feet. I don't know how far we're going to go here. It looks like it opens up here a little. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. Wow. Never thought we'd run into something like this. Wow, check it out. What in the world? Look at that view. What do we got going on here? Wow. Wow. What? Crazy. Wow. I wonder if we can, if this goes on up around. Wow. Never know what you'll find, huh? Whoa. Stepped in a hole. Well, I don't know which way. I'm gonna try and go down and around. I'm try and go that way. Let's go that way. It doesn't look like a trail that way, so let's see if we can maybe cut around the other side. There's a pretty good view of that right there. That's pretty neat. You can hear the water running. Where? Oh, look at that. Coming from a pipe out to here. Wow. So is this one of those old mine ponds to clean up the water? And their mines back here, I'm thinking that's probably what's going on here. Wow. Very neat. Yeah, I don't think we're getting anywhere this way either. Well, yeah, pretty wild. Well, maybe. It's like it continues. Yeah. Oh. And I'm wild about the view and the beautiful tree here. Check this out. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Don't know if I said it yet today, but that was truly beautiful. But we're going to continue walking on this little trail here and see where it goes. Because this is different. When something went across, look. Something went right across there. Look at that. Deer, maybe? You can see the footprints. You all see the maybe Bigfoot and son? Wow. I wouldn't want to step foot in that. It looks muddy. Okay, now I am scared. Talk about Bigfoot. Look at this. Whoa. Whoa, tell me. Bigfoot tracks. There may be more. Maybe more up here. Maybe an older Bigfoot tracks. That's scary. Yeah. For something to walk across there, you'd think Bigfoot would be a little smarter than that. Maybe it's his bathtub. Is this Bigfoot's bathtub? Wow. Footprint. What do you think? Is this Bigfoot's bathtub, or is that bears crossing? Or is that a stupid human? Let me know your thoughts out there. Right beside the bathtub, we have the amazing views. Look at that. Wowzer. Pretty nice. I'm beginning to wonder. There's a funky smell out here too. Daggone. Maybe it's a bear. Maybe it is Bigfoot's. Bigfoot's bathtub. Woo! I don't know. And I see more water. More water right down in there. I don't know if you all can see that. Can you see that? Boy, I didn't expect to find anything like this. This is pretty crazy, scary, a little bit of everything. Wow. So I have some friends that have a cabin up this way. If you all know what this is, and I'm thinking it's mine cleanup, mine drainage, beds. If you all know what it is though, let me know, because I sure am curious. So that's looking back out across, and just up there's Bigfoot's bathtub. I gotta watch I don't get lost here. I've been taking an awful lot of trails. A lot of different trails, but I'm going to check down here check around here a little bit, and then I think we're going to head back. So yeah, you can see that other body of water is below and runs alongside that Bigfoot's bathtub. So I have no idea what all of this is. It's pretty crazy. Look at that. Yeah. And like I said, that runs all the way back up along there. Wow. But I must have got lost. I don't want to get lost, so we're going to start heading back. Wow, seems like there's a lot more out here to explore. Maybe I need to come back again. But we're going to make our way back to the vehicle, because we're getting back in here pretty good. And I'm not familiar with any of this area. Woo! Very neat explorer though. Anyway, let's start heading back. We come up a different way, so hopefully I didn't get lost. I must get lost. I think this road will connect with the other one we took on the way in. I think when we were at that split, this is the other road off of that split. But very interesting stuff around here. I'm pretty sure it was mines. Pretty sure. I mean, look at that over there. Just has the look of it. Yeah, so here's where we turned down and went to Bigfoot's bathtub, and this should be the way back to where we started. So you can see our gate up here. I'm ready to be done. Probably hiked about 4 miles today, but I am soaked from the knees down. Knees down, I am soaked. I'm ready to get into some dry clothes. And of course, I didn't bring dry clothes. I got to drive the whole way home like this. But anyway, I think that's where we'll end it. I'm going to check out to see if we can get to that other railroad tunnel. See if there's a way to it. See if it says no trespassing or anything. I'm going to check that out on the way home. If I find anything, I'll give you a sneak peek. If we're able to get to it, I will return to it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be no trespassing. But anyway, it's a cool explorer. Boy, I think you could spend a week out here exploring, find all kind of cool stuff out here. But thanks for coming along. God bless all of you. Praying for all of you. We'll see you in the next adventure. Bye.
Oftentimes we're sad for those who've gone, missing their smile and laugh and song. We miss the way that they made us feel, but now they've moved on. It just doesn't seem real. So